It's the Ralphie Radio Show, and I'm hanging out right now with Mr. Kris Allen. Kris, thank you for making some time.
Thank you for having me.
I do appreciate it. Yesterday, Kris, I sent out on Twitter and Facebook a solicit for any questions for Kris Allen. Anything you might want to know about Kris.
All right.
A couple of your biggest fan Twitter accounts caught the tweet, retweeted it. Next thing I know, I have a page full of @replies of questions for Kris Allen. Oh, no, don't apologize. I thought it was cool. Yeah, I thought it was sweet. Because my Twitter doesn't, I only have like 1,600 followers, so my Twitter doesn't usually blow up like that. Man. It's all right.
1,600 is good.
You're being modest, and I appreciate that.
Being serious.
So anyways, I picked the first three because they happen to be the most interesting. We'll put it like that. Question number one from one fan. Have you started building your house in Arkansas yet?
No, haven't.
Second question. I found this a little odd. I don't really care for the answer to this, to be honest, but I thought it was kind of interesting why someone would want to know. Do you like pineapple on your pizza?
I mean, I don't pick that usually, but I will eat it.
And the third question, and I think this is the most important, somebody heard that you were visiting the troops next month.
I think it's tentative. Hopefully it still happens. I really want to do it. I think it's going to happen, but I don't want to say, yes, we're doing it, and then, and then we don't. You do
a lot of traveling outside of the country. I mean, to do charity work, and so I talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I went to Haiti right after the quake over there, and that was a very eye-opening thing. I wasn't even there very long, but we were able to raise some money for that, which was really great.
Haiti, I know, is still in a big recovery process.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even though it's not a trending topic, it's still... it's still rough over there. The latest news actually coming now this week, Wyclef Jean is probably going to announce that he's going to run for president. Have you interacted with Wyclef at all in your Haiti relief efforts?
I haven't talked to him at all, man.
Do you think that's a good move? Have you seen what he's been doing?
I think he cares about it. I think he cares a lot for what's going on over there. Yeah, so I mean, maybe it'd be a really great thing. So I know that their government was really messed up before, so... I think he probably has the vote over there.
I would think he'd win the vote.
Considering his popularity, so.
He's supposed to announce it this week, so we'll see if he actually does. Your recent travels found you in the middle of the desert to shoot a music video for The Truth, the next single from your self-titled album. Of course, the one that we're going to be playing on radio featuring Pat Monahan, of course, from the band Train. And you had some issues. I mean, you tried to go into the desert, right, and it was raining, so you couldn't shoot. And then you did go in the desert, and it was like 110 or something crazy.
The first day that we were out there, it was like 110 degrees. And apparently in the desert, when it starts raining, the ground turns into mush.
Oh.
And so we're out in the middle of nowhere. We have all these RVs, these trailers. We actually have a piano out in the middle of nowhere, and it starts raining, and some of the RVs had a really, really hard time getting out of there. The piano actually had to stay. They couldn't get it out of the ground.
So you were basically all sinking, and you lost a piano in the process of this.
I think it had to stay out there for a couple of days.
Recently, sir, you made the smokinggun.com. Did you hear about this? It was just the other day. Do you know about this? You know about the Smoking Gun. Smoking Gun's a website that they leak. They like to leak artist writers. They like to leak figures of what people allegedly make.
Okay.
And they said on there that you make like 12.5 an appearance or a performance or something like that.
Maybe so.
I wasn't looking for a confirmation because it's none of my business. I was just wondering if you knew about it.
I have no idea. I have no idea about that.
So you don't read The Smoking Gun then?
I have never even heard of it.
Before we wrap up, Kris, I know we got to talk a tiny bit of Idol because Idol's making some news as well with these judges.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, right? Steven Tyler, J-Lo rumored to be heading on board. Steven Tyler. If you had to sing either in front of him or Simon, who would you be more intimidated or nervous to sing in front of?
Probably Steven Tyler, just because his background and growing up listening to Aerosmith and what he's done. I mean, he's a great singer himself, so you didn't have to deal with that with Simon. Steven Tyler can go, hey, I'm better than you.
Whereas Simon would just tear you to shreds in that British accent of his, and it would be embarrassing.
It's not
but
like you could say, hey, Simon, you can't do it. You can say that. You can't say that to Steven Tyler.
Right. So is that a vote of confidence for Steven Tyler to be an Idol judge?
I think so. I think he's definitely been in the business long enough to do it, and he's an interesting person. I actually got to meet him one time and seemed like a nice guy. Actually, I sat next to him at a concert.
Oh, you hear a lot of nice things about him. And I've heard a lot of great things about you. It's great to finally meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you.
The self-titled album in stores now, The Truth, featuring Pat Monahan. That's on iTunes as well right now, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Kris Allen, thank you so much for the time.
Thanks,
I appreciate it, buddy.